traced in multiple areas around the island in the last week or so. A fingerprint found on tape on one device, along with cell phone pings, led investigators to him. He allegedly texted a friend saying that he felt like he had to set off some explosives because it makes him feel better. Alex Stone, ABC News.
Two people recovering after they were both hit by lightning. The two women were both hit by a strike while standing near the rim of the Colorado River's Horseshoe Bend in Arizona. You can find all sorts of stuff at a farmer's market, like 2,400 pounds of meth. Cops in Atlanta say it was stashed in celery and smuggled in by a Mexican drug cartel. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
And good morning. It's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. It's 7:04. Some of the news that we're following from the WSJM Newsroom. We'll have that in a moment. Also, we'll have an interview with some of the young talent who is going to be performing tomorrow at the Berrien County Youth Fair talent show. It's happening tomorrow. The Berrien County Youth Fair is happening all week long, but the Youth Talent Show is happening tomorrow. And on that stage, we've got 5 of the finalists who are here to tell us a little bit about their backstory, what they do, what they're going to perform, and a little bit about themselves. So we appreciate them coming into studio this morning and joining us. But first, in the newsroom, State Representative Joey Andrews is expecting the Michigan legislature to make some adjustments to the new minimum wage law that was set to take effect in February of next year following a state Supreme Court ruling last month. The court ruled that the state legislature overstepped its bounds when it approved a scaled-back minimum wage hike previously approved by voters in 2018. Now, one thing the ruling would do is give tipped workers the same minimum wage as everyone else. It would be on a phased-in basis, something restaurants have said will drive many out of business. Andrews told St. Joseph City Commissioners on Monday lawmakers are talking about how to adjust it.
So we're working on convening with some of the restaurant owners in the district over the next couple of weeks, some of the hotel owners, that sort of thing, as well as some of the hospitality workers to try to understand what the ramifications are and how we might be able to adjust it.
Now, Andrews said the minimum wage going up is a good thing, but there's some language in the law that may need some cleaning up. He pointed to paid sick time that could result in no-call, no-show situations. And he said lawmakers will work to tweak the legislation so that it works better.
Something that brings some stability to the hospitality industry, maybe helps make more of a career and a lifestyle out of working in that industry, but also allows our businesses to flourish.
Andrews said heading into the fall, the legislature will talk with industry groups to better understand their concerns. He said there's a lot of nuance that needs to be cleaned up. If you build it, they will come. Work at Dickinson Park in St. Joseph continues as the project to upgrade the baseball and softball fields there is well underway. Newly installed St. Joseph School Superintendent Kristen Box says work to install new fields, fencing, dugouts, press boxes, and other amenities is going well. She says there should be brand new grass early next year.
Everything will be seeded on both the softball and baseball fields by Labor Day. And with the hope that our weather will cooperate as intended, we'll be ready for the 25 season.
Box said the irrigation system will be complete next week. The park is closed until the majority of work is done. Earlier this year, the St. Joseph School Board approved the project to upgrade the ball fields. St. Joseph Schools previously secured a long-term lease of the park from the city, allowing the school district to invest in substantial upgrades to the ball fields. And preliminary designs for wayfinding signs set to be installed around St. Joseph have been coming in for city commissioners to review. Speaking to commissioners this week, St. Joseph Assistant City Manager Emily Hackworth said Corbin Design, the city's consultant on the wayfinding project, has proposed designs that reflect the history of the community, drawing on things like the former amusement park and the lighthouse.
They really tried to pull from the city of St. Joseph. The color, the red that was selected was meant to mirror the red on the lighthouse. So they really wanted to tie it in a way that would fit with our city.
Some of the signs are shaped like old-fashioned tickets, like those you'd find at an amusement park. They'll be posted around town to direct visitors to attractions like Tuscarnia Beach, Lions Park, and the downtown area. Hackworth said they'd also like to divide the city up into named districts.
So a lakefront district, a bluff district, and the downtown district. It's recommended by Corbin Design that we create these districts that will grow as we grow and will help people get to the areas they want to get to. So you can see that on these posts.
Some signs would be posted at entrances to the city. Others would face traffic and point to attractions like the Krasl Art Center or the Heritage Museum. Still others would be kiosks with information on upcoming events. Hackworth was showing the proposed designs to commissioners to get feedback before issuing a request for bids. We have examples of the signage posted at our website, WSJM.com. It's 7:09. This is the WSJM Morning Show. We've got our video live stream going as well on Facebook and YouTube. Just go to your platform of choice and type in WSJM, and you can see all the fine guests that we have here in studio this morning. And we're going to be talking with them about some of the talent show stuff that they've got going on tomorrow right here on the WSJM Morning Show. That's coming up next.
In Major League Baseball, in a game you heard last night on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM, Matt Carpenter homered twice. Jake Rogers drove in 7 runs, and Tarek Skubal struck out 9, while only allowing...
Okay, I think I have pushed the requisite number of buttons over here and slid up. Hi, good morning.
Morning.
A rousing good morning from everybody. All right, how's everyone feeling this morning? Thank you all. I know this is your summer break. I think this is your summer break, right? You're getting ready to go back to school soon. So thank you all for joining us on an early summer morning. Why don't we go around the room and introduce you, who you are. And remember, these are broadcast microphones, so up close and personal is the way you'll be heard on the microphone. So grab it like you own it, not too hard. And let's hear who we have. Why don't we start over here?
Hi, I'm Keely Frank. I'm 16 years old.
Okay, where are you from, Kaylee?
Coloma.
Okay, Coloma. Thank you. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Logan Mitchell, and I am 15 years old.
Okay, Logan, where are you from?
I'm from Buchanan.
Okay, and you're singing, Kaylee. Am I saying your name right?
It's Keely.
Kaylee?
Keely.
Keely.
There we go.
Okay, Keely. I have a good friend named Keely. He's from Australia.
Oh.
Are you from Australia?
Definitely not.
Okay,
no.
all right. All right, and so you sing as well?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right. And then you've got your own microphone over there.
Yeah. I'm Michaela Mitchell, and I'm 11 years old.
I think you're going to be a star already. And these are your brothers right next to you, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Fantastic. All right. And you are, go ahead and introduce yourself on the microphone.
I'm Landon Mitchell, and I'm also from Buchanan.
Okay.
And yeah. Oh, and I'm 18.
Okay. Excellent. And your talent that you're displaying is?
Oh, singing.
Singing.
Me and Logan. We're singing together.
Oh, you're singing together?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you should be sitting next to each other, but we can work that out. That's all right.
Yeah. That was running through my head.
That's all right. And then over here?
Hi, I'm Vincenzo Ramasco. I'm 11, and I'm going to be playing the guitar.
How long have you been playing guitar?
Since I started.
Excellent. That's a good answer. I've been playing since, I don't know, 2000, maybe late 90s, early 2000s. What about you? Like 5 years ago? 4 years ago?
3 years ago.
3 years ago. All right. And where are you from again? Sorry.
Stevensville.
Stevensville. Okay. Well, thank you all for coming in. We've got let's see, we've got a commercial that's playing right now, and then we're going to get back into the show. So I'm going to pause the interview for just a moment. We'll come back, and I'll ask you a little bit about yourselves to talk a little bit more about yourselves, what you'll be performing, and we'll get up close on the microphones, and we'll be ready to go. Okay. Any questions? No questions? Okay. All right. Just a moment. All right, it's 7:13. It's the WSJM Morning Show. I have no idea what I've gotten myself into, but I did invite a lot of our young people who are appearing at the Berrien County Youth Fair tomorrow. We've got a talent show, and in the room right now are a lot of the finalists, not all of the finalists, but I know each of you are finalists in the talent show. You sent in your video to our panel of judges, and they have determined, okay, these are the people we want in our talent show. And so thank you for doing that. Some of you will be performing live. Some of you will have your video performance up there, but all of you are finalists. So congratulations on making it past the first hurdle. Now let's talk about the second hurdle, talking on the radio this morning. All right. So I think we should start over here with Keely, because because she seems like she's ready to talk. For those who are on the radio who have not heard our video live stream yet, please introduce yourself, where you're from, how old are you?
Sorry, microphones. Hi, I'm Keely Frank. I'm 16 and I'm from Coloma.
All right. And what will you be performing at the Youth Talent Show tomorrow?
It's going to be Shallow, which is from a movie called A Star is Born.
Okay.
And
I immediately asked, are you singing Barbara Streisand's version? She said, no, dummy.
Say dummy.
No, you didn't say dummy. But you said, no, they've made a new movie since then. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's Lady Gaga instead.
Okay. All right. And so how long have you been singing?
For as long as I could. I don't know. I've always been singing when I was little, like 4 or 5. Even when I sounded terrible, I was still singing.
Did your mother and father, they appreciate that, your family?
Yes, we're a theater family. So we'd have like talent shows in like the living room. So
fun.
That was like our Friday night sort of thing.
That's great. When did you decide that, okay, I'm gonna start performing on stage at things like the talent show? What else have you been doing?
I do like theater things, like high school theater, community theater. So I've been doing that since I was like 10, 11. So I think it just kind of came naturally. I don't know.
Very nice. All right. Well, we're going to ask you at some point this morning to sing a little bit, if you would. I know we don't have the backing track.
No, it's fine.
but we'll ask that. But hold on to that in just a moment. Let's move to our next most talented people. Introduce yourself, please, for those who are listening.
Hi, I'm Logan Mitchell. I am 15 and I'm from Buchanan.
Excellent. Thank you for your mom for driving everybody up. And you've got your brother here who you will be singing with. And go ahead. You can talk on the microphone at the same time. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Landon Mitchell. Am I doing my full introduction now?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Because you guys are performing as one act.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm going to ask you to do an introduction together. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm 18 and I'm from Buchanan as well.
Okay.
So.
You guys live together?
Yeah.
You guys share like clothes and stuff like that? No, just kidding. All right. not on purpose. All right. So what are you going to be singing? What are you going to be performing?
We're going to be singing Found Tonight, which is like, it's a mashup of You Will Be Found from the musical Dear Evan Hansen and I believe it's Story of Tonight from Hamilton.
Very nice. How did you land on that?
Well, we were trying to think of like what to sing because like we'd been wanting to sing something together for like a while.
Yeah.
But I had no clue what to sing.
Yeah, but like so we were like asking opinions and stuff and our parents suggested this one and like I'd heard this one before, but it hadn't come to mind as like a one to perform, but that was a great idea and we both liked the song and thought it fit as well.
It's a good song.
It's a good. Will you perform some of it here as well this morning if we ask real nice? Okay. All right. Hold that for just a moment. But then you have your sister who's right in between you. And would you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Kayla Mitchell, and I'm 11 years old, and I'm from Buchanan as well.
and adorable, I gotta say. So thank you for coming in this morning. But tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm singing Wildflowers and Wild Horses by Lainey Wilson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, Wildflowers and Wild Horses?
Yeah.
Okay. You like that wild stuff. All right. Okay. Is that Wildflowers from Tom Petty? Is that the original? And Wild Horses from Rolling Stones? We don't know. Okay. But you're singing it and it's going to be great and it's going to be amazing. Maybe we can ask you to perform as well. All right. And then rounding out this morning, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Vincenzo Ramasco. I'm 11 years old. I'm from Stevensville, and I'm going to be playing guitar, an original song.
I can tell you're a star already because you've brought in your guitar equipment. Your dad forgot the quarter-inch plug, but that's okay. That's all right.
His fault.
It's all his fault. He'll accept that. He's off camera. But tell us a little bit about. Give me the same answer that you gave me a second ago. How long have you been playing guitar?
Since I started.
Yeah, that was good. I like it. No, but you do play. You've been playing for about 3 years, and it looks like you play electric guitar. Is that your only instrument that you play?
I mean, I play percussion in band, if that counts.
Yeah, absolutely. So percussion, is that piano? Is that drum?
Drums.
Because some people say piano is percussion, by the way. Did you know that? Yeah. Learn something new every day. They say, because, the hammers hit the strings and that kind of stuff. Anyway. All right. Well, you're all performing at the Berrien County Youth Fair tomorrow at the, whether it might be live and in person, which I think most of you, but there are also going to be some videos for those of you who have scheduling conflicts. But, what does it take to get out there on stage? How many of you, just by a show of hands, how many of you have been on stage in the public before? All of you. Wow. Okay. All right. So I've never been on stage. Well, I can't remember if I have or not. But what inspired you to do the musical things that you're doing? Do you have like professional training? Do you do this in school? How does this come about? Who wants to go with that?
Definitely don't have training.
Yeah. No training?
Not training either.
Come on. Now the three of you are in the talent show. What Michaela, what do you do? What do you do to train for this? How have you prepared yourself?
So I usually just play the track and I just keep singing it over and over again. And if I am if there's a spot that I have trouble with, I just keep playing that spot over and over again. And I warm up my voice too and stuff. I don't know.
Go through some of your vocal exercises. How do you warm up your voice?
You just I don't know.
Because I usually get like a blender full of frogs. No, I'm just kidding. How do you? No. How do you? Pete is going to be at our front door in about 2 seconds. But what is that? Tell us a little bit about how you pick the songs that you're going to be singing. Wildflowers and Wild Horses.
Well, I picked Wildflowers and Wild Horses. My grandpa, we were driving in the car and he was playing country music and stuff. And he was like, "Oh, you should sing the song." And then I was like, "Okay." And then I sang it.
Oh, very nice. Okay. Do you have a favorite song?
No, not really. I don't have a favorite song.
What kind of music do you like? Country music? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Country.
All right. Would you sing a little bit of what you're going to be singing for us?
I guess.
Okay. Go ahead. Anytime you're ready. I'll just sit over here and hum for a little bit. No, go ahead.
I'm 5 generations of blazing a trail through barbed valleys and overgrown dales. I'm barefoot and bareback and born tough as nails. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You are amazing. Wow. That was really good. Thank you. All right, you said you weren't a theater family or a performing family, but that almost brought tears to my eyes. That was.
Oh no, we are definitely a theater family. No, we are.
Yeah.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
You are.
Yes, very much so.
Oh, okay. How do you know each other? How does this happen? So the performers of the
community theater. Literally, we've all just done community theater.
Okay. So you've done it together. All right. So Michaela, thank you very much for performing that. That was amazing. You're going to do great. Landon and Logan, maybe we could ask you to go next.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
Would you? Yeah, go ahead.
Can we seat swap really quick?
Yeah, there you go.
I think it'd be better.
You can still use a different. Different microphone, Logan.
Yeah. Just use the same two microphones is
Just
fine.
so we're close.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm just gonna play the first tiny section of the clip.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. You pull that up, and whenever you're ready.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
You can pull the microphone up if you want to.
Oh.
There you go. All right.
Cool.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
No, that's all right.
Well, let that lonely feeling wash away. 'Cause maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And
Where's a glass to freedom? Something they can never take away. No matter what they tell you.
someone will come running to take you home.
Where's a glass to all of us? Tomorrow there'll be more of us. Telling the story of tonight.
Out of the shadows, the morning is breaking, and all is new.
All is new.
All is new.
It's only a matter of time.
Wow. That was amazing as well. That was great. Thank you so much. What was that called again?
Found Tonight.
Found Tonight. Okay.
By Lin-Manuel and Ben Platt. Lin-Manuel Miranda and Ben Platt.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sorry, you're how old now?
I'm 15.
You're 15, you're 18. So 3 years separate you. How many times have you sang together?
You know-
Millions.
Well, yes, millions, but like,
Do you guys fight too? Argue? Okay. All right. Anyways,
But,
but
yeah.
you sing together.
yeah, I mean, we've sung together, but we haven't done it like, I guess, a lot in
In like a
a
duet.
like a
format.
duet form. I mean, we've done shows together, and sometimes that'll happen in like musicals and stuff, but like, I guess not necessarily like duet for duet's sake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, very nice. Thank you very much for that. All right. It's a high bar so far. So Keely,
I also love that song.
It's a great
did
song.
they take your song? They take your no. You
No,
didn't.
but
Okay.
it's a good song. I have it on my phone.
All right. All right. So Keely, you're performing a piece from A Star Is Born,
Yes.
if you would please.
Okay, we'll try. I'm not warmed up.
Do you want to give us any background on this?
Like, as in,
Why you chose this song?
I sang a bunch of songs until one sounded the best, and I
This
said,
one
I'll do
sounded
that
the best.
one.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay,
Don't hurt your voice.
I won't. I'll
Okay.
try not to.
All right.
Okay, let me think. Tell me something, boy. Aren't you tired trying to fill that void? Or do you need more? Ain't it hard keeping it so hardcore? I'm falling. In all the good times, I find myself longing for a change. And in the bad times, I fear myself. I'm of the deep end, watch as I dive in. I'll never meet the ground. Crash through the surface where they can't hurt us. We're far from the shallow now. In the shallow. In the shallow. In the shallow. We're far from the shallow now. We'll leave it. We'll leave it there.
That was great. Thank you so much. I could hear Lady Gaga.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. No, I now know the song that you're talking about. Okay. Well, thank you so much. All right. And then we have our fifth person in here is Vincenzo, and he has a guitar, but his dad forgot the plug-in. So apologies for that. I know it's a radio station. You'd think we'd have extra plugins laying around, but our engineer locks his door overnight, so I couldn't get in there and get one. So, but tell us a little bit about your composition was one that you penned yourself.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it. What is it called, and what inspired you?
I call it Dyer's Messiah, and I don't know. I just play something and then I make it into a riff.
Okay. All right. And give us the genre.
Thrash metal.
Thrash metal. And I believe it or not, I don't know if most people know this, but there was a study recently released that people who either listen to or perform metal are among the highest intelligence people in our society. So we've probably got the smartest person in the room here. But who are your inspirations? Who do you listen to when you're not penning your own music?
Metallica, Pantera, and Cannibal Corpse.
Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
I've heard of them. I've not heard their music. What's their best song?
I'd say either Encased in Concrete. It's from the Torture album, or Hammer Smash Face, which is from the third album, which is Tomb of the Mutilated.
Okay, so that's not far from Iron Maiden. I mean, Cannibal Corpse. Good stuff. All right. Well, we appreciate you coming in this morning. Anything that you want to say about your performance? What people can expect when you perform tomorrow?
Guitar.
Guitar. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for coming in. Anything else? What else do you guys want to talk about this morning? Anything? Weather, news, politics? We can always talk about politics and religion. That'd be fun. No. All right. Well, we thank you all for coming into the studio this morning and for performing at the talent show. If people want to see you, most of you will be performing live, but there will also be video performances tomorrow. It's going to be at the Berrien County Youth Fair tomorrow. The show starts at 5 o'clock, right? 5 o'clock tomorrow? Okay. You're all going to be there on time? If you're making it? Okay. All right. Parents, please get there on time. And remember all the chords and everything else. All right. Well, thank you all for coming in this morning. We appreciate you. We appreciate your great performances and just for being talented here in Southwest Michigan. All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Kids and pets, they say never interview them on the air, but we did anyway. All right. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you coming in today, and do well tomorrow. All right. This is the WSJM Morning Show. It's 7:30. We've got the latest news and weather and sports and a whole lot more coming up right here.
Loan rates are trending downward. Are you ready to make your move? Sturgis Bank's expert.
Okay, so we're on the video live stream. We're still on the video live stream. This is the exclusive content that we're giving them. All right, that wasn't so bad, right?
Yeah.
It was good.
We did okay? All right. I'm sorry. We have another guitar in the building. I don't know if you saw it on your way in.
Is it that acoustic over there?
It's the acoustic over there, but the boss keeps it locked up at the top because I try to pick it off the wall and play it, and I think too many people have done that, so he's locked it up. But anyway, do you play acoustic at all? Have you?
No.
Okay, so you use a pleculum, the pick, most times. Do you ever try the finger picking style?
Oh yeah, I do finger picking sometimes.
Okay, all right. Lindsey Buckingham, I love listening to his music. He's an amazing guitar picker, but I think he uses styles that are been around for quite some time. All right, well, thank you for bringing your guitar stuff in, and thank you for bringing your wonderful voices in. This has just been tremendous, so I appreciate you. All right, thank you, and say goodbye to the people on the live stream who are watching.
Goodbye.
All right. All right, that was a ton of fun. Sorry,
Stuff they want from Laser.
I left you in the dark there with no sound. But that was a lot of fun. We had the whole crew in. A lot of the people who were doing the WSJM Y Country Talent Show. It's actually the Y Country Talent Show. I shouldn't claim that one, but it was fun having them in studio. Fun to hear them perform. Boy, the voices on those people, that was amazing. But they're going to be performing again tomorrow at the Berrien County Youth Fair. It's going to be during our talent show that starts at 5:00. So if you get there just a little bit before 5, there's some seating set up and there's a stage and you can view the talent show. I went last year, actually ran the camera for it. And so it was fun to watch and see. And they're all finalists, as you can tell. There's clear reason why they are. And we'll have the results of that Friday morning. We'll give you the results of who won the talent show. But there's more than $1,000 up for grabs. More than $1,000 up for grabs. All right, we've got to get back to some more news. We'll have that in just a moment right here on WSJM.
Other options include measures to prevent it from gaining an unfair advantage in AI products and forcing Google to share more data with competitors. Two packaged food makers are joining forces. Mars is buying snacks maker Kellanova in a deal valued at nearly $36 billion. Analysts have said the tie-up would not face any major antitrust concerns. That's because there is limited overlap between the two when it comes to their products. Consumer prices are in the spotlight today. The Consumer Price Index is due out before the opening bell on Wall Street. Forecasters expect another modest increase for July. In the meantime, stock futures are little changed. And stocks soared on Wall Street yesterday. The S&P 500 jumped 1.7%. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
All right, so that was fun, right? 7:35, 61 degrees outside in Benton Harbor, 62 in St. Joseph, and 60 in Dowagiac. But that was a lot of fun. We really do thank all those people who came in to give us a taste of what you can expect at the Berrien County Youth Fair for the Youth Talent Show that's happening tomorrow, put on by our sister station, Y Country. And so we say thank you again to Vincenzo, Michaela, Logan, Landon, and Keeley, who all came in here to give us a little sample of what they're going to be performing tomorrow night. Again, giving them more than $1,000 away to the winners of that contest. All the people who were in here are finalists, and so they'll be performing tomorrow for that chance to win. It's 7:36. We're going to get into news here in just a moment. WSJM News is brought to you this half hour. Yeah, let me grab my note real quick. All right. WSJM News is brought to you this half hour by Hassey's Towing and Crane Service, the trucks with the red, white, and blue. Hassey's Towing and Crane Service.
ABC News, I'm Sherry. Preston's back to the campaign trail today for former President Donald Trump, who will hold a rally in the swing state of North Carolina. He will deliver what his campaign is touting as a major speech on the economy. ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang has more on what the Democrats, including vice presidential candidate Tim Walz, are doing.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz defending his military record after relentless attacks from Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, who've accused Walz of lying about his military record, hitting back at attacks from fellow veteran Vance, who also never saw active combat. Walz speaking to union members in his first solo campaign speech and slamming Trump as out of touch with working class America.
The government is expected to report this morning that inflation cooled further last month. Consumer prices out today thought to have risen just 0.2% from June to July, a pace slightly above the Fed's 2% target rate. This is ABC News.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
61 degrees in Benton Harbor, 62 in St. Joseph right now. It's 7:37, and we're trying to get back on track after a wonderful session with our young people who are going to be performing in tomorrow's talent show at the Berrien County Youth Fair. So thank you again to everyone who came in, Vincenzo, Michaela, Keeley, Landon, Logan, and their parents who brought them in today. So we really appreciate you, and do well tomorrow in the talent show. So again, that starts at 5:00 tomorrow afternoon at the Berrien County Youth Fair. You can't miss the stage. Get there a little before 5:00 and see them compete for that chance to win. A little more than $1,000 worth of prizes will be handed out across the categories. Some of the news that we're following from the WSJM newsroom this morning: Buchanan's mayor has resigned. Facing a recall election, Commissioner and Mayor Sean Dennison's decision came at this week's City Commission meeting. He announced his decision, saying the political environment that he's found himself in Buchanan forced him to reconsider his commitment to public service, so he's stepping down. The position of mayor is an appointed role. Elected commissioners choose among themselves for the appointment. Given Dennison's resignation, Commissioner Mark Whedon, who is also the mayor pro tem, will serve as mayor on an interim basis until the commission makes a new appointment. We'll hear remarks from Dennison and talk a little bit more about that story coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. A state grant of $500,000 is going to the new Berrien County Collaborative. That has helped to set up an apprenticeship program using the former Lake Michigan College campus in Niles. Now, earlier this year, Berrien RESA, Lake Michigan College, and the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber announced a joint effort, a new collaborative to connect businesses with students and establish more apprenticeships in the area. So we'll talk about that and what that $500,000 grant means for that program here in Southwest Michigan. And then a couple other stories. Interviews with candidates for the new position of Lincoln Township Manager will be held next week. We'll tell you a little bit more about that at 8 o'clock. And again, as we mentioned, the Berrien County Youth Fair is underway. Rides, food, games, animal displays, vendors, a lot of fun, including the talent show that's coming up tomorrow night. Yesterday was both Kids Day and Law Enforcement Day. So we checked in with law enforcement to ask a little bit about what they had at the fair and what the people can expect tonight. Let's see, what do they have? Randy Hauser, country star Randy Hauser's on the grandstand. And then tomorrow they will have Direct from Sweden. The group is called Direct from Sweden, the Music of ABBA. Don't know what they sing. No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, the group Direct from Sweden, the Music of ABBA is playing tomorrow night. Did you know that at the Berrien County Youth Fair, they expect more than 100,000 people to attend this week? Yeah, different times. All right, so that's some of the news that we're looking at. We'll have more on those stories coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. We do have more this hour. We'll get tech trends from ABC. We'll also cover some more news. Did you hear about that dinosaur they found in Utah? This is amazing, and it appears that it might be a new species of dinosaur. So what's old is new again? All right, we'll have that in just a moment right here on WSJM State News, and then we'll get to sports with our sports director, Dave Wolf, in just a minute.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher. A 7-year-old girl is rescued from an attempted kidnapper by her aunt and a Good Samaritan in Sterling Heights. Police say a 23-year-old man allegedly tried to take the girl when the girl's aunt and a Good Samaritan struggled with him and held him until...
All right, so we'll talk about the dinosaur in a second. That's interesting. That's fascinating to me. Space travel, technology, space travel, and dinosaurs. Those are some of the fun things to read about. We'll also talk a little bit about the United Auto Workers getting into the political realm right now. They're always in there, but they have now filed a suit against Elon Musk and former President Donald Trump for threats they made while they were on Twitter or on the X platform, however you want to say that. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll talk a little bit about cell phones in schools. You would think they would have figured this out by now. Cell phones have been around for a couple of years, and the schools, there's a move across states more and more to get rid of them from the hands of kids while they're in school. Why don't we talk about this right now? California Governor Gavin Newsom sent letters yesterday to school districts all across his state, urging them to restrict students' use of smartphones while they're on campus. This is a move that happens amid an ongoing nationwide debate about mental health impacts of social media on teens and young children. So it wasn't enough that the smartphones were in the hands of kids and they were playing the games. As adults, we do it too. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people playing that Candy Crush ad nauseum. But the kids now are being affected. Their mental health is being affected. Their self-image and their confidence and everything else is being affected by the social media. And they say the mental health impacts, the negative mental health impacts of social media is having a dramatic push on teens and young children. And the push is resulting from lawmakers saying, well, maybe we should just ban the cell phones, at least for the time that they're in school, so they can't be distracted and start up all that stuff. In South Carolina, the State Board of Education took up guidelines to tell local school districts to ban cell phone use during class time. They have postponed a vote on that until next month because they want to make sure their proposal is crafted with all the right legalese instilled in it. Let's see, what else? Cell phone bans are already in place at many schools. They are not consistently enforced, as you might imagine, because students are finding ways to bend the rules, either hiding the phones on their laps or putting them in their coat pockets and pretending to look at their notes while they're looking through their jacket or whatever and reading their text messages. Parents have also expressed concerns that they want to make sure their kids have a cell phone. They think about school shootings. They want to make sure the cell phones are in the hands of the kids so that they can have that in case of emergency, in case there's something that happens at their school. But Gavin Newsom wrote a letter to all the school districts in his state saying districts should act now to help students focus at school. And he cites risks to the well-being of young people. The U.S. Surgeon General, Vivek Murthy, also has called on Congress to require warning labels on social media platforms used by young people. Newsom said every classroom should be a place of focus, learning, and growth. That should go without saying. He says working together, educators, administrators, and parents can create an environment where students are fully engaged in their education, free from the distractions on the phones and the pressures of social media. Here in Michigan, we don't have any consistency in that area either. There's currently no bill in the legislature to implement a statewide ban in Michigan. Some individual schools and districts are experimenting with the policy, hoping to improve academics and curb rising levels of anxiety and depression tied to the social media again. In May of this year, Ohio joined Indiana and Florida as the only states to ban cell phones in classrooms. New York is considering a similar ban, so is Oklahoma. In Michigan, back in 2022, there was a bill that would have required districts to prohibit cell phone use during the school day. That proposal died in committee. So the state lawmakers have looked at it. They just haven't prioritized it. They decided, well, we're going to let that one die in committee. No cell phone ban has been introduced this legislative session. The idea is not popular among some Michigan legislators who have worked as teachers. State Representative Brad Paquette from Niles says when he was a teacher at Niles New Tech Entrepreneurial Academy, there was a district-wide cell phone ban, and when students violated policy, they were given detention, which was different from the district's typical discipline policy. Paquette said the policy disrupted our culture in that it obviously created a very negative environment where kids were very angry. And Paquette called a potential statewide ban one of the worst ideas that we could come up with as legislators. He emphasized that allowing schools and districts to make their own decisions regarding cell phone policy is important because this is a cultural learning issue where kids are going to have to learn how to deal with these distractions at some point in their life. Maybe we should ask Brad to come in, Representative Paquette, because it's an interesting issue. I can see both sides of it, but you do think about, at least in my day and age, if you brought something that was not part of your schoolwork into the classroom, you weren't allowed to have it. And then eventually, as you grew up, you understood that toys at the workplace were not appropriate. All right, well, we'll talk about the dinosaur in a second because, I don't know, it's a dinosaur. We've got ABC Tech Trends. I'm going to, let's see. Did we wrap up that story on the Harbaugh stuff? Oh, we didn't. So we talked a little bit about Jim Harbaugh. He's over coaching in Los Angeles right now, but the sign stealing investigation and allegations continue to haunt that the Michigan Wolverines. But former Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh, apparently this has nothing to do with that, but Jim Harbaugh will no longer serve as honorary captain for the Wolverines season opener because he's apparently preparing for his first season as Los Angeles Chargers coach. Wolverines coach Sharon Moore said yesterday that Harbaugh called him Monday of this week to say he won't be attending Michigan's August 31st game against Fresno State when the team will celebrate its national championship at Michigan Stadium. According to Moore, Harbaugh said he wanted to remain focused on his Chargers team, and not take away from the 2024 Wolverines squad. So maybe that's a hint to hey, here's why I'm doing this. But the Chargers open the season on September 8th against Las Vegas. Harbaugh's parents, Jack and Jackie Harbaugh, will instead stand in for him at the August 31st opener. Jack Harbaugh was a Michigan assistant under Bo Schembechler from 1973 to 1979 and later served as head coach at Western Michigan and Western Kentucky. So just some more football stuff going on. All right, it's 7:48. We got to get back to the airwaves here. We're talking about the dinosaur and get some more news in there as well. We've got the Moody on the Market update too. Can't forget about that. Right here on WSJM. All right. Thanks for joining us at 7:50, 63 degrees in St. Joseph. This is the WSJM Morning Show. Again, if you missed any of the performances from some of the young people who came in to join us who are performing at the Youth Talent Show tomorrow at the Berrien County Youth Fair, you missed a lot. It's a lot of fun, but you don't have to miss it because you can go back and watch the video archive of the show. We're streaming live right now on YouTube and Facebook. And in fact, watching some of the comments coming in from people who are watching the video live stream. John remembers going to the county fair when he was much younger. He's back for a little while visiting the 49022. And then let's see, Alex says good morning. Let's see, what else do we have there? Diane says good morning. Some great talent. Spent several years at the fair with her sons. So good morning to everyone who's watching on the video live stream this morning, and thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. We'll have the Moody on the Market update in just a moment. But first, this dinosaur story. What began as a giant leg bone found in southeastern Utah back in 2007 has taken scientists on a fascinating journey of discovery, and now they have found, they have discovered, they have recovered, and they have reassembled a 150 million year old rare dinosaur. Yeah, they found, they've named the dinosaur Natalie. And when they got done reassembling the skeleton, they found this dinosaur to be 75 feet long. They say nearly twice the size of a big old metro bus, weighs roughly 5 tons, and she's going to make her public debut this fall in a display at the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County, where she will have her very own wing. They're building a wing, or they've got a wing that they're rearranging for this dinosaur named Natalie. National Geographic has a special on it, and so if you want to stream that, it sounds really fascinating. They went behind the scenes for exclusive coverage of the painstaking process for their September issue, and they'll have video of that as well. But it was first found in 2007. They've spent the next I don't know how many years in the remote area of Utah unearthing this massive jumble of bones, and they think it's a different species. One of the paleontologists, Alyssa Bell, said it's like playing pickup sticks with a bunch of dinosaur bones. They're all tangled and locked together. And she said during the recovery process, which was very long, they had to battle because they're in the kind of the western country of Utah. They had to battle rattlesnakes, mountain lions, and gnats, pesky gnats, they said, and that's why they named her Natalie, G-N-A-T, Natalie. Along the way, they determined that it's probably a new species of dinosaur that likely belonged to the Diplodocus family. Diplodocus? Yeah, maybe the Diplodocus family. With her long neck, tail, 4 legs, scientists say Natalie is a sauropod, the largest of all dinosaurs and the most massive land animal that ever lived. So look it up. National Geographic going behind the scenes. Yeah, just amazing. And she's green. She's one of the recovered dinosaurs that's green. Why is she green? Because they say volcanic activity about 50 million years ago made it hot enough for a new green mineral that replaced an earlier mineral, giving Natalie an unusual green color. So that's interesting. Natalie is a dinosaur that will be on display in Los Angeles, but you can see a lot of the behind the scenes unearthing and collection and putting back together of this 150 million year old rare dinosaur on National Geographic. They do have their September 2024 issue coming out, but they'll also have video and all that other stuff because we all do these days. And speaking of video, if you want to catch the replay of this show, it's going to be in our Facebook archives, the Facebook or YouTube. Just type in WSJM and you can see the video. We have the Moody on the Market update. That's coming up in just a moment. All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Moody on the Market update. Let's do that. And I'm going to watch the clock here because we're coming up on 8 o'clock and I'll have to move this along. Let's see. Youth Fair, apprenticeship. Let's talk about the Hobie Cats. Yeah. We received pictures from Tom Renner yesterday about the colorful Wave 100. And so if you saw a bunch of Hobie Cats on Lake Michigan yesterday, that's what that was. So we'll have that. And we'll talk about that in a minute right here.
Infrastructure in a physical place where you can touch it. Midwest Data Depot, 574-855-8588 or MidwestDataDepot.com.
Hey there, it's Johnny Reinhart, and my friends at Berrien Community Foundation are helping you get back to school with Backpacks for Good. They've had some great events throughout the community, and they got another one coming up in the Coloma Waterville Elite area coming up tomorrow from 4 to 6. And getting you ready for back to school in another way as well. If you have a great teenager that is looking to make an impact in the community, well, Berrien Community Foundation is looking forward to welcoming them into their team. Team is Teens Exhibiting Able Minds. It's a youth advisory committee. 8 to 10th grade kids are what they're looking for, but you can be part of Team throughout your entire high school career. So learn more about Team by going to berriencommunity.org/team. If you got any questions about how you can volunteer for any upcoming events or great programs and even being a part of some great committees to help approve grants and things for the Berrien Community Foundation, just simply give them a call, 269-983-3304 at the Berrien Community Foundation.
Okay, it's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. Thanks for joining us. Moody on the Market update is brought to you this morning by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owner's insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. We'll have ABC News in just a moment. But first, if you looked out on the lake yesterday and you saw a bunch of colorful Hobie Cats, well, that's right, you did. Hobie Cat enthusiasts and photographers watching Lake Michigan for this new sailing event. It's happening today. It was happening yesterday and today. It's the Wave 100 race. It left South Haven for St. Joseph yesterday, and then it will continue on to New Buffalo today, and then on to Michigan City. Now, the Hobie Cats are expected to arrive later on to New Buffalo sometime today. Organizers say the Hobie Cat races are a way for the average person to get into racing without spending a whole lot of money on a big old sailing rig. The Hobie Cats are about 13 feet long. They're relatively affordable. They needed pre-registration for this event, and it was sponsored by the Hobie Class Association of North America. But we thank Tom Renner from South Haven. He sends us a lot of news tidbits and photos and such. And he sent us some photos of the Hobie Cats on Lake Michigan, and they are colorful, and it's fun to watch them. So, again, the Moody on the Market update is brought to you. If you want to read that article, it's at moodyonthemarket.com. And if you have a story that you want to share with us, just go to moodyonthemarket.com and click on Share Your Story. Send your story, and that will send an email to me and the news crew, and we'll investigate. We love investigating, so send those to us. But your Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owner's insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. And your weather forecast for today, it's going to be another beautiful day. Just a slim chance of a pop-up shower here and there, but I think most everyone else is going to get beautiful weather. It's going to be mostly sunny, a high around 82, southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight's forecast, partly cloudy skies, a low around 65. And then tomorrow, Thursday, it's going to be mostly cloudy. We do see a 60% chance of rain tomorrow. That chance of showers, high around 78. Thanks for listening to the WSJM Morning Show.
From the Pat Moody Studios, this is News Talk Sports 94.9. WSJM FM Benton Harbor, St. Joseph. Depend on us.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston.
Okay, thank you for joining us on the video live stream today. We really appreciate you, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
Like the State Department approving the sale of $20 billion worth of weaponry to Israel.